Hey, Gator Nation, welcome back to the Respect Our Decision podcast. Baby, it's the bye week. Got a little time to refresh, to relax, recover, all those good things, man. Just sit back and be a fan of college football and not have to stress for one weekend. I hope you guys are going to do the same. As always, I'm your boy Hirsch. With me, CJ the Man McCann.
What's up, guys?
And the hype man Wes.
Good, Gator Nation.
Yes, sir, guys. Like I said, man, it's a good weekend. Nice, cool outside. Go outside, spend the weekend with your family, do some things, man. I ain't gonna say touch grass. That's another show. I ain't here to do that mess. But y'all enjoy your weekend, man. But in the meantime, hopefully you give us a listen. Go out there, download us wherever you get your podcast from. And if you're checking us out on the YouTube channel, this is your first time stumbling across our little show, guys. Hey, do us a little favor, man. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop new content. And hey, just drop us a comment in the comments below, man. Tell us what you're doing on the bye weekend. Tell us what you're going to be doing this Saturday instead of watching Gators football. Leave it in the comments below, guys. We read those each and every week. At least this week, maybe y'all take a little easy on us. I know y'all a little hyped about some of the things that we said in the Raw reaction video. And I just want to say, guys, the Raw reaction video is good, bad, and ugly. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to give our thoughts. You may not agree with that, and that's fine. That's fine. I understand that. Some people just are just like, hey, man, we won. That's all that matters. And you're right. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. We're just breaking down what we saw in the game, what we liked, what we didn't like. You know, I'm not a coach. I don't have nothing to do with what happens after that game to those young men that performed on that football field. We're just here to talk about it like normal fans. So, guys, let's talk a little recruiting. Still a lot of that going on, apparently. We're going to start what we do each and every week, man. It's the DJ Lagway hour update, whatever you want to call it. DJ Lagway, another absolutely phenomenal Friday on the gridiron, guys. Listen to these numbers. 26 of 30 passing, 543 yards, 5 touchdowns, 43 rushing yards, and another touchdown, and a 63-9 win. I don't know, man. DJ's either A, going to break all the Texas records that are out there. I don't know what they are. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to start looking them up because he's got to be getting close to some. Or his coaches are going to shut him down because they got to be about ready to. They destroyed everybody they played. At some point, I'd be like, "Hey, I want you ready to go for the playoffs." But you know, I'm sure they're trying to help him break some of those records before he gets out of Willis, Texas, as well. But continue to follow that young man each and every week. I give these updates for those of you that maybe don't have social media and follow us, that don't get the updates each and every week, or don't see the videos of the guys that were there. On 3, Keith Newberry was there this last Friday, had all kinds of interviews with DJ and had videos of his touch. I mean, just if you get a chance and you're on social media, just search DJ Lagway and look at some of the videos of some of the throws this young man makes as a high school football player who's still going to get coaching from I know he has a quarterback coach. You're going to get college coaching. You're just going to get all kinds of coaching that's going to only improve his mechanics without messing with what he does well, which is, I mean, if the kid on the run, his throw on the run is ridiculous. It's Madden levels of ridiculous to see some of the throws he makes. He's a right-handed quarterback who can roll left and throw the ball anywhere he wants on the roll left. To say Graham Mertz is insanely jealous, it would be I kid, because Graham only rolls right, guys. We know this. Wes, I'm gonna go to you because I know you're the 24 hype man, and I'm gonna go to you real quick because I want you to talk about this. You've watched all these videos. What really excites you the most about DJ's game?
That he's humble. It's not and I think I might have said this on the podcast, a previous podcast when we kind of had dialogue about this kid. It's his humbleness. You saw he put something out last week, I believe, and he was saying thankful to my offensive line and my receivers. I wouldn't have 40-something odd touchdowns and over 3,000 yards rushing. I mean, passing and uh, all these accolades that I have is because the guys up front and the guys on the outside. I can't do it by myself. And to me, when you're that good and yet humble, you're the type of guy that is going to want to continue to get better. And you can tell by his demeanor. He's never too. He seems from afar. He never seems like he's too high or too low. He just seems like an even keel guy that wants to continue to get knowledge. So I want our fans to go and that listen to our pod to go look up his videos. They can go on YouTube and put them in and just see the brilliance for itself. We're not bragging on this kid because he's a Florida Gator. He's just that dude, and he's putting up crazy Madden-like numbers. It's ridiculous. We talked about how he would draw people to him. You want that type of guy as your quarterback, as a leader. He has all that. He gives that off, and I just can't wait till he gets up in January, hopefully, as an early enrollee and gets to learn. That's why I want and to see what we've seen from Mertz, and I'm gonna tie these two together. To see what we've seen from Mertz and to hear that Mertz is a gym rat. He's a videotape rat that he loves to stay in the film room and study. That's what to pair these two, to bridge this for Mertz next year. No matter what happens the rest of the year, we know what we have in Mertz. The fighter Mertz is, and to have DJ next year to be able to learn from that type of kid, that kid as well, will be phenomenal for his growth and development as well. So just love everything about this kid and happy that he's going to be a Florida Gator.
Something you brought up there, we had this debate in our Facebook chat that we had with a bunch of fans the other day about Graham Mertz returning for his last season of eligibility. And some people were like, "Oh man, no, we need DJ to get here, and get to these practices so he can possibly start next year." Guys, you do not want DJ Lagway starting at quarterback for Florida next year. Your inner fandom may want that. You're like, "Oh, I can't wait because I'm just on this hype train and I want to see DJ get out there and start doing all these highlights I see." No, that's not what you want. You really don't. Schedule next year is a beast. Harder than this year's. Now, regardless, obviously, I know the argument to that is, well, I mean, you got to get him in there sometime, get his feet wet, yada, yada, yada. No, man. Let him get in, get practice reps. Now, like Wes said, his goal is to be here in January and to be able to take part actually in some bowl practices. That's what he has stated himself, which would be awesome. You go ahead, you're already getting your rapport with your teammates and your receivers, and you're learning the playbook upside down, inside out. Because, hey, one thing we have seen, Graham Mertz has hit the turf a lot this year. And you've seen that man pick himself up and limp and drag and hands bleeding and everything else. So hopefully the offensive line will be better next year, and maybe we won't see that as much, but you're only one hit away in SEC play. Obviously, you know this from the next guy up having to take a snap. But you want DJ to have time to practice with these guys, to learn, to get late game reps, not early game reps. Hopefully we're playing UCF next year and blowing their doors off. I don't know if that game's still going to happen or not. We'll have to wait and see with the Oklahoma, Texas stuff happening. But you get him in here, and in the fourth quarter, or maybe it's the Tim Tebow plan where every third series he's taking some snaps in a set format, play. But you don't want DJ Lagway taking all the snaps, being the starter, having all that pressure on his shoulders next year. You want Graham Mertz, word to Nick Delatorre, to come back and have that Joe Burrow second season.
It is not only that. You want him to see Mertz's practice habits, and you want to see him to be able to learn, because people don't realize the coaches can't coach at certain points of the season. So when Mertz is getting up at 6:00 and going to the indoor practice facility, watching film, he's teaching DJ how to do that and how to grow.
And don't forget, Tim Tebow was a hell of an athlete, but he learned from a damn good quarterback on the job.
Yeah.
So,
first man in, last man to leave. He's going to learn that from Mertz.
You just trust me on this. I know we all want DJ Lagway to come in here and start slinging the ball down the field and running and all the things that we imagine in the future DJ Lagway doing. But I want it in 2025. And and I'm patient enough to get there because I've seen the growth of Graham Mertz in one season. This is with, you got to remember, this is with very little. He got here, yes, with time to practice with these guys, but imagine another year to practice with Andy Jean and Trey Wilson and Trey Webb and, Aiden Mizell and Boardingham especially. Look at the rapport that those guys have already begun to establish as the season goes on. I mean, next year we knew was going to be a tough year schedule-wise, but I feel much better about it now, having watched what I've watched this season, than I did when we recorded the first episode of this season. CJ, would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've all been pretty upfront about wanting Graham Mertz to be back next year. That's kind of like the bookend between the two. You got to have a transition there. The last thing any of us want is to throw DJ to the wolves and just, we've seen that happen before and it go really bad. Because you bust up a guy's confidence, and then this game is
you next man up.
It's next man up. It's people always the best quarterback on the team is always the backup. That's the way people look at it. And then you get DJ in here. He's a freshman. We see it with a lot of other guys all the time. It's like, get the freshman in there, and then people like to sell them out too quick and give up on them. They sell all their stock pretty fast. People get worried, and then that can shake you. That's hard to come back from a young man. I mean, again, we're talking about a kid who's going to be 18 years old, just getting out of high school. That's a lot. And if you bring him in and put it all on his shoulders, and next season you're the savior, here you go, it wouldn't go well. We didn't even do that with Tim Tebow. Everybody, there was a lot of people in the fan base that wanted that back then. There was a lot of people that wanted Tebow, but you got to understand, these guys have to learn. They have to get better. They have to progress. A year in a system with a quarterback above you who's older, who can kind of teach you things. Because Graham's going to be much older than Lagway at that point. Graham's been in NCAA for a while now. He's been playing college football.
Would have learned every lesson that DJ needs. Like, we're talking about being thrust into the spotlight too soon. Graham would be a perfect mentor.
Graham's
for, look what happened to me.
Yeah, Graham's like, look, Wisconsin threw me out there, and I got killed, and that's kind of where we don't want to put DJ in that position, especially not against that schedule next year. DJ is going to get to play. I can promise you guys that. There are going to be times where we can get up and he's going to get in, and it wouldn't shock me if, with his ability to run the football, if something comes up where you make a package specifically for him, you're going to get to see him. We're going to enjoy the spring game. You're going to get to watch DJ probably play most of the game, at least the second half in the spring game, to really get those reps. And like I said, you look at where Graham is. Graham has progressed so well this year that another offseason, he could do much better next year. He's already doing a great job at leading the team. So you feel better now. There was a time, where you start the season with some uncertainty, and there was a lot of people who were just like, we're just waiting on DJ to get here. But now Graham is showing us, guys, hey, look, I'm the quarterback right now. And he's doing a great job with it. So I know we're all excited for DJ. I'm excited for DJ. I want that guy here as soon as I can, but I want DJ to be successful here. And I think that's the main goal we have to look at, is we want DJ to be here to be successful with guys around him. We want him comfortable. We don't want to, kill his confidence or anything like that. Put too much on a young man at one time. That's kind of what we want to avoid. So yeah, I think Graham coming back is optimal. I expect Graham to come back, especially with the way this quarterback class is. It is loaded. This is probably his only really good year of film.
Yeah,
he's got some good plays.
That can't be understated either. That he doesn't have this tremendous catalog of film to go look at to sell.
And to say, would Graham Mertz possibly get drafted this year? Maybe. But if we're talking him getting drafted, he's a 6th, 7th round guy right now, just based
fighting
on
for a roster spot.
What he's got. He can come back next year, and Graham could be a 3rd, 4th round guy. If he does this again, so I don't see any reason he wouldn't come back.
Also, last point, have you guys seen the offensive line? You might want to wait 2 years before Lagway can get behind maybe a offensive line that has the ability to give him some time.
You don't want him scrambling right off the rip, but like I said, hopefully that's a situation between development, recruiting, and portal recruiting. Maybe the offensive line we look at coming in next year will be better. You got Cam Waits still to coming back from the injury. Hopefully he's improving. You've got Najee Harris is learning on the job. Very young player. He's they really like what they've seen out of him. We've talked about Jake Slaughter has improved game by game. Leonard has improved game by game. Barber will be back. I mean, it's a young offensive line that has a lot of games left to be played in them after this season. So get some competition on campus, let the best 5 win out, put it out there next year with Graham Mertz starting at the helm, DJ in the backup, special, packages like we've said. You've still got, I think we all still kind of expect Montrell Johnson to be gone because there's not much, he can't put anything else on tape except maybe making a few more receptions. But other than that, Montrell's tape is Montrell's tape. He's a downhill runner. He's going to be a 4th round, 3rd, 4th, whatever round pick. I expect him to be gone. That's just kind of what we've all heard. So you'd have Trevor, you'd have Webb, you'd have Carroll coming back, I would assume. Hopefully he can, depending on how his knee.
I don't know if does Carroll have any eligibility.
Yes, he still has his COVID year. I was able to confirm that.
Okay.
He still
I
has.
Didn't know if he was out or not.
Yeah, he still has his COVID year to use as an eligibility year, so he can come back. Now, obviously, he had a really bad knee injury, so it happened at a good time that he'd have a full year to recuperate. But this is also not his first knee operation, so it's just kind of a you obviously, on top of Kanan Daniels coming in, you probably want to go hit the transfer portal maybe for a running back, unless you're able to somewhere late in this recruiting class pick up another one. And I know they've talked to a few guys, but I think that's kind of like hey, let's put all the rods in the pond and see if we can get a bite, and then we'll go from there. Speaking of big fish, guys, let's segue here and talk about what we need to really talk about on the recruiting front right now. Saturday, one LJ McCray out of Mainland High School commits to the team of his choosing. Top 5, obviously, Florida, Georgia, Florida State, Miami, and Auburn. 3 have separated themselves from that group: Florida, Florida State, and Georgia. 2 have really kind of, if you believe what's out there, slid away from that, and that's Florida, Florida State, a good old-fashioned Florida battle. LJ McCray, if somehow you happen to be listening to this episode, by the way, happy 18th birthday to you, brother. Today being his 18th birthday. Hope you had a great one. Hope you're ready to make a good commitment this weekend. All right, let's talk about where we're at and what we've heard. And we know there's a lot of buzz on the social media channels. Woo, social media. Favoring Florida State right now. Oh, go check out his Twitter page. He's liking a lot of Florida State posts. Let me just speak to you real quick. Random Gator 61894 on message boards or Twitter or wherever. Quit trying to decode the secret message of where a kid is going to commit by Twitter likes. It ain't there. This young man and his family play things very close to the vest. There's a reason Whitfong is out there saying, well, I think Florida State kind of has the momentum right now, but he isn't putting in a crystal ball for Florida State because he don't know. There's just not any information out there. And Steve Whitfong isn't out there scouring the kids' likes on Twitter to try to figure out What's going on? Why has Florida State got some momentum as of right now? Well, it's very, very simple. One, his last visit was there. I mean, wherever your last visit is where you're usually going to get the most chatter. B, he's got a girlfriend that's going to Florida A&M right there in Tallahassee. So therefore, speculation be having it that he wants to be close to her. Guys, throw all that logic out the window. That's not how this works. Here's where we're at right now. Florida feels very good. Florida State feels very good. Georgia's kind of fading out of it. Rumor on the street is that they're trying to get 2025 defensive end Elijah Griffin to reclassify to the 24 class. He's out of Savannah, and they're trying to get him to reclassify and commit to them. So they've kind of – now, don't get me wrong. Kirby's still going to recruit the kid regardless. You know how it works. This right now, from all accounts that really matter, is a Florida State battle. There's a lot of things out there for the Gators to feel very good about. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I've seen this before, man. I've been hurt." Wes is one of them. Wes has got the PTSD. He's down there. He's messaging me earlier. "Oh man, I hate this. I've got PTSD." Nah, man, you just got to roll with it. CJ, how are you feeling about this recruitment as it comes close to winding down?
Like I said, I'm vibing at this point. I'm just hanging. I like the class as it sits right now. I'd love to add LJ McCray. I think I think there's a lot of people within the program that feel really good about it. Florida State's going to feel good about it. They got the last visit. I understand that. He's probably told them a lot of nice stuff too. And that's what these kids do. There was a lot of recruitments last year that we felt the same way. And it didn't work out, but there's some that do work out. That's the thing with recruiting. It's not for everybody. It could go either way. Things change overnight with these kids. They change their mind on a whim. They wake up one morning and just decide differently, and that's just the way it goes. Right now, to me, Florida has done everything, and I mean everything, that they could do to put them in the best position to get LJ McCray. If he chooses to go to Florida State, then I don't know. They've done everything that I know that they could do. LJ, you go to Florida State. I don't know why he'd go to Florida State, because Florida State has not been very good about using any of their recruits. For whatever reason, Norvell hasn't played any of them. There's a lot of those guys. You look at ours.
They suck.
Well, I mean, I don't know that. We haven't seen them enough to know if they suck. They don't play. They get transfers in. The transfers play. Like, none of the guys are like Norvell's kids. Miami's playing their recruits. We're playing ours. Georgia does theirs. And it's just an odd situation with Florida State. Like, if I was a recruit, I'd be worried, because is a portal guy going to take my spot? Am I ever going to get a chance? It's a weird situation, and that is no way. I'm not going to dog LJ McCray if he goes to Florida State. He makes his decision. I get it. I understand it. It's his decision. Understand completely. Florida State's a good program. They've got a legacy. They're a high-ranking blue blood program like the rest of us. That's just what it is. You want to recruit big boys like LJ McCray, you're going to have to fight teams like Florida State and Georgia to get them. This stuff ain't easy. If it was, everybody'd do it. So, just hang loose. We can't do anything about it. I can't affect it. You can't affect it. Don't whine on Twitter about it. Don't at the LJ McCray, tell him he's stupid if he goes to Florida State. Please don't do that.
Please, God, don't tweet the kid.
Please don't tweet at the kid. I don't even want you to tweet at the kid begging him to come here. Don't do any of that.
Don't tweet at a kid ever.
Don't be weird.
Unless you're tweeting the kid, tell him happy birthday or something like that. And even then, it's a little suspect.
Or if he goes to Florida State, make an announcement, and you say, "Hey, man, good luck to you." That's fine. But don't add him and, "Hey, LJ, you don't want to go to Florida State." That's just weird, man. y'all got to calm down, man. Twitter ain't real life, bro.
That's what Dave Chappelle said.
Yeah, y'all need to get outside. Go in the woods, man.
Hey, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. That ain't our show.
Go in the woods. That's what we were going to say.
Hey, it's hunting season starts.
That's right.
Rifle season starts Saturday. I'll be in the woods.
That's right. Get in the stand.
All right, Wes, how you feeling, buddy? I know you're stressed. This is a big fish.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 5-star guy. What time is the commitment, Hirsch?
I have not seen the time. I have not seen the time anywhere.
Okay, so we don't have time to give you guys. We want to make sure so y'all be like, hey, y'all didn't say the time. But we just know it's Saturday. We'll update it on Facebook and Twitter when we get the time, so to let you guys know. But I mean, he's a 5-star guy. You guys knew ever since last year, I was saying the 24 class was going to be it. We've been 3 for a long time. I'm hoping we can stay in the top 3. At least don't get bumped out of the top 5. This would go a long way into solidifying that top 5 class for me, or even maybe that top 3 if we can get a couple more guys in here that we're after. We still have Seaton and Mitzi. We still some of the guys we're trying to flip. The other big fish, Jeremiah Smith. So there's still some guys out there to keep us in the top 3, hopefully the top 5. But he is a part of that group that we need to get in this class to make sure that we stay up there with the big boys to solidify this class the way I dreamt it will be. And I am nervous because anytime there's a guy that this big, this huge, and this is the battles that we all talked about that Napier and staff has to win. You're going against Georgia. Whether Georgia kind of sour late or whatever means we or Florida State got them out of the way and we did a better job recruiting. So this is a 5-star guy. So trust me, guys. And his film is legit. So it's not that he's just a name or he's just a fact. Same way we told you to go look at LJ McCray's film. He's ridiculous. He's a phenomenal edge rusher. And hopefully, guys know how I felt about these edge rushers. You see how now I talked about us getting pressure with just maybe 4. We can maybe drop 7 sometime on defense. Getting him in this class next year to go with Cersei, to go with Kelby Collins in the future, to have that 2 deep, because we already have I'm forgetting somebody's name that's in the class now. Was it Waller? Waller. Yeah, with Waller, to have that 2 deep. I mean, I've got a lot of special guys that we can continue to. Even Hayes, I don't think Hayes is going to stay at linebacker. I think he's going to be rushing the passer. And we need those type of guys that we can say, hey, it's 3rd and 8. Go make a play. Oh, you tired? All right, Cersei. We see how Cersei is right now. Okay, Cersei, you tired? Bring McCrae in. Let McCrae rush the passer this time. Bring the young guy in. The same way we bring Cersei in now. So I'm hyped. I'm nervous at the same time because this is a big fish, and you guys, if I said to you fans, y'all know how I feel about this 24 class, and I think we're going to get him. I'll just say that. In my opinion, I think we're going to get him. We just got to wait Saturday to find out, because I said this class was going to be what it was, and this is going to be that class. So we get him. In my opinion, I'll be really, really pissed if we don't.
Y'all heard it here, guys. If we don't get LJ McCray on Saturday, do not tweet him. Tweet Wes on Twitter, Prince Akeem.
Yeah, you get all your frustration out at Wes.
Nah, guys, all jokes aside, like I said, the people that matter in this, I'm not talking about reporters. I'm not talking about your neighborhood podcast guys. These 3 absolutely included. They feel very silently confident, and they're not out there bragging about it. There's not posts all over Twitter with smiley face emojis and kebabs on it and shit like that.
Not kebab.
It just people look. Real G's move in silence.
That's right, like lasagna.
Oh my god, damn! We got CJ making me hungry, man. And for those that don't know, we do have a little bit of an inside, advantage on this one, and I'm gonna spill that right now because it's been out there other places. Chad Lucas, who's the quality control coach for wide receivers, is on our staff. Is best friends with LJ McCray's father. They've been friends for a very long time. They coached together at Bethune-Cookman and have been friends for a very long time. So we've had some inside forces working with us on this recruitment the whole time. Hopefully they pay off. Like I said, there are no givens in recruiting. Y'all know this. Don't come on Saturday and be like, those damn guys don't respect our decision. Told us we was getting McCrae. As of Wednesday at 7:16 p.m., I do believe we're getting LJ McCray. Check back with me on Saturday. All right, boys, let's move on down. We're going to talk about some other things real quick. You may have seen, I just want to bring this up because I've seen people asking on Twitter and other places about it. Receiver Draylon Miller decommitted from Texas A&M yesterday or the day before, one of the two. A lot of people were wondering if we might go after that young man because at one point in time we were interested in him. He's a 7-on-7 player with DJ back during the summer. No, that's probably going to be a Texas LSU battle. I really don't see that one. He's not coming here. So shift your focus on that one. It's not going to happen. Now, if Texas A&M starts to go south, you may see Florida re-enter the Draylon Evans sweepstakes. And then they've kept communication open with the young man the entire time. But we'll keep an eye on that Texas A&M because program out there, because if they lose a couple more ball games, which they're more than likely to do, the Jimbo seat might explode, and that class may go sideways real fast. All right, boys, that's going to really do it for the recruitments. Get your rabbit's foot out, rub on your rabbit's foot, get your horseshoe and hang it over your door, whatever just don't walk under any ladders or anything like that, and everything will be okay. Yeah, man.
Shoulder if you spill it.
Yeah. I mean, it's Halloween season, so if you cross a black cat, it might just be normal. I don't know what to tell you on that. Couple other things real quick before we move on to the Pick Ems this week. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of football conversation. We talked about a good bit of stuff we wanted to talk about with the Graham Mertz, DJ Lagway conversation, but wanted to give a big shout out to Graham Mertz, SEC Offensive Player of the Week, Trey Smack, Special Teams Player of the Week. Way to go, Trey. Keep smacking. Just lots of awards coming out of that. Want to give a shout out to Shane Beamer's foot for kicking that Gatorade cooler. You clown.
Ricky Pearsall making the Bolitnikov watch lift.
It's been a good week for the Gators, man. I mean,
yeah, well, shout out to Ricky. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Ricky's having an absolutely ridiculous season. If you go back, the Gators haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in God Almighty,
since 02.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been 20 years.
It was a Gaffney or Caldwell. I'm not Caldwell, but
no, it was Taylor Jacobs.
I was the third one. I couldn't remember. They left him by himself.
Shout out to Jimbo. We were already talking about you.
Ricky Pearsall's got one more thing to fulfill his destiny, and then.
Golly, man, I'm telling you, it is Halloween season. Go get you some candy. Anyway, God.
My iPad's dead. Can you guys pull up his stats for me? One of you guys, I don't know if you guys.
Who?
Ricky. What's this? Where he's at now?
Oh my God, it's
over
ridiculous.
almost 700 passing yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, this is a really special season. He's at 619 receiving yards.
Okay, he should get there. Hopefully,
with 3 touchdowns. Obviously, you like to see his. I don't care about his touchdown numbers. We know what Ricky's doing.
Bordenham is getting those recently.
Well, we ain't got a whole lot of passing touchdowns in the whole scheme of it, and that's fine. I don't care about that. As like we had this conversation. Remember at the beginning of the season, we said if Graham Mertz had say 2,700 passing yards against 25, 26 passing touchdowns and 12 interceptions, I'd be really happy with that season. He's going to have a much better season than that unless he just absolutely has a mental breakdown. Now, granted, he's about to play some tough teams, but let's be honest. LSU's passing defense, he should put up some numbers.
Missouri, same thing.
And Arkansas, we've seen Arkansas not play well either. I mean, and Florida State pass defense ain't nothing fancy either, and that's a home game. And it's going to be a shootout. Let's just be honest. It's going to be a shootout. So he's going to be throwing the ball. Now, hopefully he's still standing upright by then. Offensive line, please help me. But this is what this week is for, man. Get these guys rested. A lot of people have been talking about what's wrong with Trevor Etienne. It was revealed this week by some people that know that he has a sprained AC joint in his shoulder, which is why you saw him running out of bounds and avoiding contact with his shoulder, is because he has that sprained AC joint. So this is a week for that to get healthy. It's another week for Kingsley to get healthy. And I don't know if Kingsley will play. I mean, Kingsley, you're looking at Brock Bowers being out for the season potentially with a high ankle sprain and getting this tightrope surgery. Well, Kingsley's been fighting through a high ankle sprain since before the season. And it's gotten re-aggravated twice. So
fortunately, Jake Slaughter's coming along.
Jake Slaughter has come a long way. Now, like we said, he's about to play some big boys that have some higher recruits on their defensive lines. But you don't get better without facing, the better the competition you face, the better your game is going to get. Either you're going to sink. But I look real forward to hearing some of the comments that come out of the bye week from Billy and company about it, as far as how they approached it, the rest that they gave some of these guys. People keep asking about Devin Moore. We've talked about Devin Moore. Devin Moore is just one injury after another. It's an unfortunate situation. We really could use that young man. I hope he's ready for Georgia. I hope they find the miracle cure that makes his bones stronger, or whatever it is that just keeps getting hurt. But, man, we really need that young man and need him in a bad way. He's got great instincts at the cornerback position. Just got to get him on the field. Get well, get rested, get refocused. Know that you've got this game coming up with, now, like we said, Brock Bowers isn't going to play. Does that change the outcome of this game? I mean, I've watched every snap Georgia's taken pretty much this year because my wife is a huge Georgia fan, and we watch Georgia when Florida's, not on. And I will say that Carson Beck had really started to find his rhythm with Brock Bowers in the last couple of weeks, especially in the second half of that Auburn game moving on. So this could be a significant injury. They still got some really good, talented weapons, but he just doesn't have, that Brock Bowers is that guy that gets the ball on run plays, on pass plays, on just everything. Of course, now it's been Lad McConkey that's killed us the last couple of years, but it'll be interesting, like I said, to see how we approach it and to see if with an extra week of prep, if we add any more offensive wrinkles that we've seen each and every week, a couple of new plays to give Georgia a different look, because that Kirby and Muschamp they're gonna have a scheme ready for us. They've seen what Kentucky was able to do. And that's always been, it seems like Kirby's blueprint the last few years is, okay, what did Stoops do to him, and then expand on that with better athletes. So, all right, guys, we're gonna rest on the Florida Gators this week. Like I said, enjoy your bye week. Get some time off this week and spend some time with your family. But before we go, it's time for those Week 8 Pick Ems, baby. Hirsch took some L's last week, man. Oh, my God. Once again, yeah, look at this nonsense. CJ went 9-1 on the week. 9-1 for CJ.
Damn USC.
8-2 for Wes and 6-4 for Hirsch, bringing the season records to 48-22 for Hirsch, 47-23 for CJ, and Wes at 46-24. Man, I mean, it's getting tight now, boys. And I had to take an L to damn Wes's Commanders on Sunday as the Falcons look like total crap. So, all right.
Ritter, baby.
Desmond Ritter came out looking like prime Montana and went out looking like prime Mariota. It's just
Told you Sam Howell was better than him, but go ahead.
Sam Howell played a damn good football game. Shout out to the North Carolina grad. I hope Florida has their own North Carolina quarterback next year. I mean, I hope the Falcons have their own North Carolina quarterback next year. But we'll probably win too many damn games to make that happen. All right, let's go, boys. We're going to start it out in the Pac-12. Speaking of that damn USC, Utah at USC. Is our boy out there ever going to play at Utah? It don't look like he is. CJ, who you picking?
Man, I'd love to pick Utah, but I just can't. Give me USC. I like Utah's defense, but I don't know if they're going to be able to score without Cam. I mean, they didn't light us up. So, yeah, I'll take USC.
All right, Wes.
Yeah, I'm going with USC on this one.
Yeah, my analysis is the exact same as CJ's. I think they can probably force some turnovers on Caleb. He's shown he's prone to turn the ball over here recently, but I don't think they can score enough points, man. Not even at home. It just on the road. I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was at Utah, I'd probably have a different opinion, but on the road, no.
All right. Let's move on to this one. I think this one we're just picking sheer for maybe comical sake, but UCF travels. They wanted to be in a major conference, baby, and they're
by God, they got it.
UCF got it. They're going to go visit their old quarterback at Oklahoma. Dylan Gabriel's got the damn Sooners doing the thing. Wes, who we taking?
Boomer.
Ooh, I hate that guy.
Boomer.
CJ, do I have to ask?
No, you don't. Boomer Sooner. Doing this for good old JR.
I bet. By God.
That's what they're going to say. By God, he broke it in half. That's what they're going to say about.
I'm going to tell you right now, Oklahoma, Dylan Gabriel he's got to be amped for this game. I bet he puts up
Heisman conversation.
I bet he puts up ridiculous numbers on these boys this week just to say, "Oh, y'all wanted it. Y'all wanted to come without me, but all right." Oklahoma by 50. All right. Up in Big Ten territory, khaki pants, Michigan travels to Michigan State. CJ.
Michigan State is rough. They're in bad shape.
Wes.
Blue.
Who?
Don't they say go blue or something like that?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, go blue.
I thought it said boo, like Halloween.
Nah.
I know. Blue. I was like, what's scary about this other than what the score might be?
Yeah, whatever they call it. Go blue, big blue, something like that.
Meat chicken.
Yeah, I'm taking the meat chicken.
Yeah, Michigan State, man, what a mess that's become. Ooh, boy. All right. Ole Miss travels to the Plains to take on Auburn. Wes. Oh, wait, Wes, you had the last one. No, you didn't.
No,
Wes,
that's me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Auburn can score with Ole Miss. I need Ole Miss to look good anyway, so they can beat Georgia.
Yep. CJ?
Ole Miss. Auburn doesn't have the offense to hang.
Yeah, Wes. Lane's got that thing rolling. That'll probably be a tight game though, because that's just how this crap works.
Yeah,
it'll probably be a nail biter to the final because Ole Miss has a way of playing down to people. It's very weird. All right,
except Alabama.
Yeah.
Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks drag that foot on up to Missouri. CJ, who we taking here?
Mizzou. Give me Mizzou. South Carolina, I think we just punched South Carolina in the gut. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from it.
Wes? Yeah,
same thing, Mizzou. On the road, too? Nah.
Yeah, man, Brady Cook's about to have field day on these boys right here. I'm telling you now. I wonder what Shane Beamer's going to blame for, who all he's going to blame for the loss after.
If his foot wasn't broke, if it wasn't for his foot, he could have coached better and they would have won.
I never heard somebody whine so bad about so much stuff. Shut up. Just shut up. All right. Mississippi State travels to Arkansas in a battle of mid. Wes, who you taking?
Sam Pittman, don't let me down.
Oh. CJ.
Oh, man, this is tough. You got
Sam Pittman's coaching for his job. You
got two teams that are really, really just taking it. I'll take Arkansas just because they're at home.
Yeah, sadly, I wish Arkansas would lose this game so Sam Pittman could pack his truck and head to Florida.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling Arkansas at home. Mississippi State still trying to figure out their identity out there. All right, let's get into some fun games. Here we go. Clemson travels for a night game to a neutral site to play Miami. Yeah. CJ.
Give me Clemson. We're finding out how good Miami is.
And Van Dyke's hurt, I believe, as well.
Oh, boy, we get to watch Jacuri play.
Wes.
Miami 0-3 for the last 3. 3 in a row. 3 L's in a row.
It's fun to watch the wheels fall off the bus, ain't it? Give me the damn Go Tigers. And I hate picking Dabo Swinney for anything. But I want to see Miami lose everything. All right. Tennessee travels to Bama. And let's think about this for a second. If anybody in the country is up for a good revenge game, Nick Saban does not forget. Wes, who you taking?
Roll Tide.
CJ.
Give me the Tide. Nick Saban ain't gonna. I'm sorry. I've seen Tennessee play. Their offense just cannot get it going. They got a better defense.
I'm telling you now. I guarantee you, Saban has had this game circled on his calendar for a year. Remember in 2009, just after we beat them, Saban is the best in the business in a revenge game because he stews over that mess and he game plans. And now Hendon Hooker ain't walking out that tunnel in this game. I think it's going to be a long day for Joe Milton. All right. The Duke Blue Devils travel to Tallahassee to take on the Noles. CJ.
Florida State. I hate it, but I'll take Florida State. I'd love for Duke to win. I'd be happy if they did.
Wes.
Every week I have to pick one time with my heart, not my head. This is my upset special. We've picked all us picked the same games. We
have picked the same ones. It's a pretty slate.
And I should probably go with y'all because I know you're gonna probably pick Florida State too, Hirsch. But
man, go with it. I think Duke's got a good defense. This might be the best defense.
Duke could pull it off for sure, but I just don't.
That quarterback is back, right? He's not back again?
Is he back? I don't know. He's still hurt. I have not heard one way or the other.
Can I go back to Florida State if he doesn't play? Can I do it that way? I gotta because he's stoned.
I don't know. You were all on Kansas last week without their quarterback. You were good with it.
They almost won too against Oklahoma. They lost in the fourth quarter. That was my one that I would have swapped with you in the pick'ems. I'm gonna say Florida State because I don't know if they're quarterbacks, but I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go back, but I hope Duke wins. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna do the reverse because every time I pick against Florida State, they win. So of course they're undefeated, but I'm gonna go with Florida State.
Did y'all catch all that?
I'm jinxing.
At the end of the day, he's picking Florida State.
Yeah, I'm jinxing them.
All right, the top 10 matchup of the week, a noon game at that. Big 12.
Pac-12.
The Big Ten is weird, man. They don't know how to make. No wonder I don't know how they make any money in that conference. How do you? It's like giving away Hogan and Goldberg in the damn Georgia Dome on a Monday night Nitro
on a pre-show.
Yeah. Penn State at Ohio State. Wes, who you taking? Penn State been sneaky good.
And I don't trust Ohio State. Their defense has been better though. It's at Ohio State, right?
At Ohio State. At the Horseshoe.
This will be my upset. I'm going with Penn State.
Oh, he takes the Nittany Lions.
This is my upset.
All right, CJ.
If they were playing in Happy Valley, I'd be all about taking Penn State. But playing in Ohio State into Horseshoe at 12 o'clock, give me Ohio State.
At 12 o'clock.
Yeah, like
it's like because that's some kind of advantage. This brunch
it's 11 o'clock game.
It's not an advantage for Penn State. I'll tell you that much. It might help Ohio
They're going to be throwing up their pancakes still on this game, man.
Right.
Yeah. Give me Ohio State in like a 17-13 game.
I could see this thing being a slog.
I'm not excited about it at all. I'm not even going to probably watch it. I'll probably be doing something. Oh, like I said, it's opening day of hunt season. I'm hoping to be working on some deer meat.
It'll be like that Wisconsin-Iowa game we watched.
Jesus. Thanks for nothing, Wisconsin. Golly, I thought you'd be the battle.
They got it figured out now. Graham Mertz is gone. They got Tanner Mordecai.
Now he's hurt too. His hand's broke.
Well,
he broke his hand.
They told me to have Graham Mertz and I could have fun, and I'm having fun. I don't know about them though.
All right, boys and girls, we appreciate you as always tuning in. Obviously, those picks were pretty straightforward across the board. You could probably bet on those picks. That we're they kind of all went with the money. We kind of all went on the money line on that one. But hey, watch some college football this weekend, or don't. Like I said, take the weekend off. Decompress from your fandom. Spend time with your family. You probably hadn't seen them in 7 weeks. On a Saturday. I mean, obviously you see them the rest of the days.
Yeah, go to a pumpkin patch.
Yeah, man, go get on a hayride or some mess.
Yeah,
whatever normal people do. I ain't doing it, but you know, whatever. Go to Disney World, do whatever they do down there. I don't know where you're at, but go see Haunted Mansion. Whatever.
There you go.
But whatever you do, be safe, have fun, have a great weekend, guys. CJ, anything to add before we jump?
Nope. Just thank you guys so much for supporting us as creators. Check out the Twitter, check out the Facebook, check out the YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Check out our friends with Alma Mater. Alma Mater's got some new stuff dropping every week. Check them out. They're friends of the show. Use our link. It helps us out a ton. I'm sure there's more stuff's going to be coming out very soon. You've got all these games coming up, Senior Day stuff. The game, the veterans game, the black uniforms. So they're probably going to keep selling some more of the black hats and the black T-shirts and things like that for you guys. So check those out. Get your gear for the Arkansas game. But thank you so much as always. You guys have done a great job. Also, too, I want to say this about last week. Understand that everything's not perfect, even when you win. So you guys can stop coming from my head because I dare to criticize a bad play. It's okay. I'm actually one of the more fair sunshine pumpers out there. So calm down. It's okay. I understand you guys think we win, everything's perfect. We lose, everything's going to hell. So we're just giving our opinions. We're not experts.
Like I said at the top of the show, guys, we're just trying to keep it level and give a breakdown of what we see good and bad. Believe you me, there are no 3 guys in the world more thankful for a W than these 3 guys right here.
Right.
I was screaming at my TV when Ricky caught his touchdown. Like a schoolgirl.
I fell to my knees. I was so happy. I know it was horrible. I couldn't believe I passed out from exhaustion. I wouldn't even play it.
Man, super fan.
I was praying.
All right, well, send us home.
Yeah, what her said. Y'all don't understand how depressed I was. I didn't even talk to those guys the week after Kentucky. It was like Wes.
You didn't, man. I had to send a search party for Wes.
We had Wes on the back of milk cartons.
Find my iPhone.
Do a wellness.
Dog the bounty hunter was out there looking for.
Yeah, we did a wellness check, a welfare check on Wes.
Man, that's so we care. We really care. We love the program. We want to win, just like the team wants to win. Billy wants to win. You can saw. I don't know if you if anybody saw that clip of Billy after the game, how he jumped up kicking like he was doing some karate or something after the game, or going to the sideline. That's how hype he was, and that's how we were. Like her said, when Ricky caught that, I was like, oh, SHIT. That's how I felt. Like I felt that. I know you guys felt it too. It was a good comeback. We were down. I'm not one of those people that goes like I read comments on the message board. And some of y'all melt. Oh, get rid of everybody, and then we win. It's like, oh yeah.
Melting down before there's 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I thought he was doing karate. That was Shane Beamer. He got a hell of a kick.
Kicking the Gatorade cooler. That he should have known that karma was going to bite him.
But yeah, we have to point out the things that we see. And we won't be giving you guys the full breakdowns. We don't say, hey, we need to get better in this area. We won't be true to you and true to ourselves. We don't point those things out. But we do love and support. We hear you guys. You see, we read the comments. So that's why we continue to ask you guys to do the comments with us. If you want to follow along with the the Pick Ems do that as well. Put yours down there. I know this week was kind of easy. We can combat against us. See who knows ball better. We always tell you we appreciate that. Hit the like and subscribe button. Description, go to Alma Mater, get your gear. Support our veterans as always. You know how we feel about that. So, but until next week, because we won't do a raw action because there's nothing to do. We get ready for Georgia and prep Georgia. I have some stuff to say about that. Some stuff I already been looking up. Some inside, some hidden stats in there already.
Special content.
So get ready for that dropping next week. And as always, go Gators.
Work them silly, baby. Go Gators.
Go Gators, baby. Enjoy your bye week. Have fun. Enjoy your family. God bless.